Well, welcome back. My name is Marc Belaiche. I'm president of TorontoJobs.ca. Hope you're enjoying the event so far. I've been able to connect with a few people already through the networking area. Been checking out the expo as well. Hopefully you've been able to connect with some of the sessions as well. So got a great lineup. We got about another hour and 20 minutes left here in the event at the Canadian Virtual Staffing Firm Owners Conference. I'm happy to be joined by Saye, partner at Arrow Group of Companies. Thanks very much for being on here today, Saye.
Thank you, Marc, for having us. Appreciate it.
No problem. So the topic today is just about selling a practice and selling a firm, and you're on the lookout for staffing firms that are looking to sell. So you're on the buy side. So let's talk. Maybe introduce yourself a little bit, your background, a little bit more about the company.
Of course. Thank you, Marc, again, and I appreciate this virtual staffing firm owners conference as well. Sorry, I was only able to join a little later, but I did get a chance to kind of go through all the expos briefly, and it looks awesome. So Arrow Group of Companies, we've been around since 2007, based out of Toronto, Ontario, specifically Scarborough, something we're very proud of. We remain to be a Scarborough-based, Toronto-based company. We have over the last decade grown across North America, over 15 offices across Canada and the U.S. I guess you could say full service generalist staffing firm. Started off in the labor business and then organically grown into IT, professional services, and healthcare. The organization has grown to a level of where we have done quite a number of acquisitions in the last few years, and I think that's where the trajectory of the business is going. We're looking to align our visions with other organizations that are looking to merge or looking to be acquired. We're very interested to match certain cultures and match companies that have the same exact mission statement as us. So I wanted to get a chance to chat with Marc and his team. But also anyone that is viewing and watching, if that's ever been a thought, if you have had that cross your mind before, we definitely as Arrow Group are looking, we're interested and happy to have those conversations.
So why don't you talk about your culture as well? Like what's the feel, what's the vibe and the culture? I know you have different companies as well. So is there a glue that keeps everybody together?
Of course. So my partner, actually, who is currently the CEO and president of Arrow Group of Companies, himself and co-founder Saye has started the business back in 2007. And I think since then, it's been literally just being able to pass the torch or, pass the baton to the next person. And we've been able to share the light throughout all of our offices and all of our employees. Now, when you say culture, it's, this is obviously a loaded question for a lot of businesses and corporations. But just by looking at where I'm sitting right now, I got Tupac and, John Lennon behind me. And, our culture is very much young. We're very heavily into the sports community. We love music, hip hop. Our vibe is very much enriched with young blood, minority-owned organization coming from, the suburban communities of Scarborough. We find this to be something that we're very proud of, and we want to keep nurturing a diverse community, a diverse employee base, and we're very happy to continue that through our acquisitions as well. So that's another thing that we look forward to. But that's our culture. I mean, we have this hidden gem in Scarborough. I'm not sure if any of you follow us on our social media pages, but we were just on Blog.to. We built an NBA-sized basketball court at our headquarters called The Playground. We now have 5 locations in Ontario, gunning to be the largest globally as sports private facilities. So that's under our business, but that's something cool. That's a passion project for us. So that's a little bit about our culture and who we are.
That's excellent. And for those of you who aren't sure where Scarborough is, it's just on the east side of the Toronto area. So I'm here. My name is Marc Belaiche. I'm president of TorontoJobs.ca. I'm joined by Saye, partner at Arrow Group of Companies. We're talking about if you're looking to sell your recruiting firm. So maybe Saye, you can talk about what are you looking for? The size, location. I know we talked about Canada and the US, so maybe you can talk a little bit more about that. Industry, temp versus perm, and so on. So what's the ideal acquisition that you're looking for?
Absolutely. So as mentioned, we are North American wide. Our Canadian headquarters is in Toronto, Canada, and the US is in Orlando, Florida. We are open to acquisition in both countries, heavily focused within Canada right now. Now, size-wise, it's between a range between 10 to 15 million in revenue, annual revenue. So that's the size in terms of top line that we are interested in. Now, industry-wise, very open, very open. We have diverged into various different industries over the course of the years. Like I mentioned, labor, automotive, IT, professional, healthcare. Right now, we're very interested in any staffing agencies that have been in the healthcare space for a while. That's something that is more of an interest. But anything other than that, under the umbrella of staffing, we are interested. In terms of temporary or permanent, we prefer contract service-based staffing agencies with, it can be a 90 to 10%, so 90% contract, 10% permanent. We are unfortunately not interested in 100% permanent staffing firms, but contract is highly preferred. Marc, was there anything else that you were asking?
No, you're pretty much, you talked about the size, location, industry, temp versus perm that you just answered. So I think you've given viewers a good idea as to, what the target type of person is. So if you're just joining, my name is Marc Belaiche, president of TorontoJobs.ca. I'm here with Saye, who's partner at Arrow Group of Companies. If you have any questions for Saye, you want to know about what type of acquisition or whatnot, you have any further questions, feel free to post them in the event and the stage. We're only here for another 10 minutes or so. So you want to get those questions in quick. So Saye, what makes a potential acquisition more attractive for you when you're looking at them?
There's various things that we consider or evaluate when considering an acquisition. But I think what's really important is we are essentially, we're looking for a business that needs certain tweaks and adjustments and support, or lacking in certain areas or resources that the business needs more leverage in. We want to be able to acquire the company, but also pump some Arrow Group of companies juice in it, provide our method and our way of processing and our procedures. So the business, essentially, it doesn't need to be doing really well. It doesn't need to be highly profitable as well. If the business has a strong structure and has been running for quite a few years, I would say maybe 3, 4, 5 years, but needs some additional support from a larger institution, which would be us. That's what we are very interested in.
Okay, and maybe you can share a little bit about a couple of other example acquisitions that you've done, so people can get a flavor as to how it might work and what the process might be as well.
For sure. So we did do an acquisition in the last year. It was a space that we were not predominantly in, which was automotive staffing. During that time of last year, obviously with COVID, there's been a lot of struggle for certain industries or certain staffing agencies in specific industries. What we were able to do is acquire this company that need a little juice, and we were able to bring them out into the States, which we had a lot of, geographic locations, which were an advantage to the business. And then, we gave them a little bit about who we are and how we do. And our team kind of went in and were able to expand the business further. That's an example. It was a space that we never were in before, but we were interested in. And, the business did take a little bit of a hit with COVID. but we were successfully able to bring them over, and this year is looking very bright.
Excellent. What makes an acquisition less attractive to you? Is there anything that you haven't mentioned that might say, well, not really what we're looking for?
Not really. I think for us in the staffing industry, depending on the size, but permanent-based recruitment staffing firms is not something we're interested in. It's not to say that it's not something that we will eventually look at. But right now, we would not be interested in 100% permanent recruitment firm.
Excellent. Okay, cool. And what your company's had a number of accomplishments. What are you most proud of?
Something we were very proud of in, not last year, but the year before that in 2019, and then ongoing since, we by far maybe the largest employer in Ontario. That's including in Toronto, including corporate companies and agencies as well. Something we're very proud of is, again, like I've mentioned before, being from Scarborough, but able to expand our horizon across the border into the U.S. and gunning to be the largest employer. So, effective, I would say last year we were at about 3,000 to 4,000 employees working for us. This is including contractors and internal, and it's grown drastically ever since. We haven't had updated numbers since, but it looks like it's going to get to double or triple this year.
Excellent. And you haven't been around as a company that long either.
Exactly. Yeah. So 2007 is when Arrow first started. I myself personally joined the company in 2013. And it's been a huge snowball effect since then. And I think something we're very proud of is being able to expand and grow in such a short amount of time, and being able to keep the team lean and find core team members to be at a part of our internal family. And I think that's something we're very proud of as well. It's our internal group. It's our internal team that backs the entire company up, no matter what space we walk into, what industry or what size the deal is. We have a core team here that is ready for anything.
And where do you see the future of the staffing industry in the next, 2021, next year, 2022?
Staffing is, it's been an interesting topic for quite a while now in the industry. And I think more and more organizations are going to be more dependent on contingency-based contract services, especially with the pandemic and what it's kind of opened their eyes of business owners. Having someone grow the team full-time or permanently sometimes may not be an option moving forward. So anyone that's in the contract space, staffing services space, there's going to be minimal internal movement. There's going to be a lot of outsourcing. RPOs. It's going to be a very predominant space in the near future. I would say the two big spaces within staffing would be technology and healthcare. It's looking good. So anyone that's in the space, you're situated perfectly. If you're looking for expansion, if you're looking for merger, if you're looking to, go on to the next big idea, please reach out. Please reach out to us, but also reach out to Marc and his team. He'll be facilitating the acquisition process for us. So, do not hesitate.
Awesome. So just a couple of minutes left. What do you love best about the recruiting industry? What do you love best about managing and running a firm or multiple firms?
Every day there's something new. A lot of people have asked me, do you ever get bored of this? Right? It's been 8-9 years for myself, but no, I don't. Every day there's a new challenge. There's a new client. There's a new obstacle. You're meeting brand new candidates per day. You're changing people's lives. You're finding them careers, not just jobs, right? We're able to make the next move or the next milestone for someone. The most beautiful thing about this is we get calls back from candidates saying, "Hey, you placed me 3 years ago. I was able to start a family, get a mortgage, buy a house, and it's changed my life." So being able to be that 20 minutes a part of their life that lasts for the next 20, 30 years of their life, It's a special place that we're in, and this industry will live for very, very long. And we are very proud to be in the staffing space.
Yeah, it is a great industry, isn't it? Excellent.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, Saye. If you just joined, I was joined by Saye. He's a partner at Arrow. He is looking to acquire companies, staffing firms specifically, anywhere in North America. If you are interested, as Saye mentioned, just reach out to me. I'm happy to connect and chat a little bit more about what Saye might be looking for. There's about another 15 minutes left right now in Hunter Reed's presentation. He's talking about how staffing firms have pivoted in the last 12 months to profit during COVID. Hunter is the president of Payroll Funding Canada. He's joined by Jonathan, who's business services manager at Payroll Funding. I will be back in about half an hour on the main stage here with a great panel of staffing firm owners. You don't want to miss it. And we wrap up at 4 o'clock Eastern time. So another 1 hour and 4 minutes left in the event. Make sure to check out the networking area. I'm going to go there myself for the next 10, 15 minutes as well. And check out our expo area as well. Saye, I want to thank you for your time and for being on here. And have a great afternoon. Stay safe and be well. And all the best. Thanks so much.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Saye.